Somewhere around there, I think. I'm not sure. Who knows? Okay. Right, if anyone else is watching this, apart from me and my beautiful children, you forgive me everything. The camera's not put in the right place, is it? I apologise in advance. That's just me being nice, I don't give a damn. Well, I do, but I can't do anything about the tunings and the infirmity. It's been a long time since I've done this. Still playing as when I can. Still trying to upload, but the ability's just not there anymore. The fingers are completely diseased now. So, and yesterday I did a version of the song I'm going to try and do now. Dun, dun, dun. I suppose I might as well do it. The tunings are just, the strings are shot on the guitar. The strings are shot on the guitar and the muscles are shot on my body. So, anyway, I want to try a version of Bob Dylan's I Shall Be Released. And the reason for this is, and today I'm not going to make the mistake of doing a long, detailed introduction. It's that one there and this one here. Anyway, so long story short, or short story long, maybe 100 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, I can't remember, I'd stopped playing music on stage and I was writing books. I was writing comedy books, all my stand-up shows that I was still doing occasionally. And I wrote some factory music books about Bob Dylan, two of which were the concert series, Concerts 1960s, all Dylan's concert series, and the 70s. And I released a whole lot of new information that was unknown about Bob Dylan up to that point. I mean, if you're going to play a song in the key of A, you really need the A string to be there, don't you? Anyway. And all that information I've seen over the years plagiarised in other books without giving me any credit. The 80s never came out because I went back out playing live. And, you know, where there's more money and stuff, you know, instant gratification. And also the internet came along. And it just made everything obsolete. You know, you would research and research and research. And, you know, all the concerts and everything. And then you publish the book and you might update it in a year, you know. The internet updated every hour, you know, so it became obsolete, you know, and people were getting stuff for free. Little did we know then, that music would no longer make you money. This is what I'm talking about here, this cue card here. So, and I've become so cheesed off that I thought, I'm going to go to my grave. And the Bob Dylan fanzines were slagging me off. And they were happy to use my information, but they didn't like me personally, you know. And because I complained about their buddies plagiarising my stuff. Anyway, I thought, I'll go to my grave, never thinking that it would be this soon, you know. I thought it would be in 50 years' time. I'll just take the information with me, you know, to hell with it, you know. Anyway, and then recently someone, hi Alan, bought some I let it be known that I didn't have much longer left on the planet, and I put some of my Bob Dylan collectibles up for sale, and a very nice man called Alan spent a very large amount of money buying some, and I thought, which helped my children, and I thought, well, I'll give him, next time he calls, I'll give him some information, you know, I'll maybe tell him who the girl from the North Country was, and some other stuff that was in the 80s book. Anyway, he never called back, so that happens a lot. But I thought I'd give this one away for free in any case, you know. So this is, I mean, he still, you know, gave me some money. I mean, he got the stuff he bought off me was dirt cheap, I might add, but no one else was buying it. And I have no next of kin apart from my two beautiful babies, since their mother's refusing to take their money and they'll just go to solicitors. So, we're going to, I think it's the 20th of January 1980. I'll play the song first. I should just do that, actually. I'm just going out of tune even as we're doing it. I think we're going to the 20th of January 1986, and Bob Dylan played a version of I Should Be Released at the Martin Luther King Memorial Tribute, Martin Luther King Day in any case. And backed by Wonderland, Stevie Wonder's band, he performed a version of I Shall Be Released. And when it came out, you bear in mind I was around at this time, you know, we'd be collecting our tapes, you know, Bob Dylan has played this, and he's changed some of the words around, you know. And there was a whole new verse in there that everyone was, all the Bob Dylan coterie was salivating over. It's the one that goes, you could be laying, they'll find you wherever you're laying, even in the arms of another man's wife. You're laughing now, you should be praying. This could be the midnight hour of your life. And everyone's going, oh, he's back, Bob's back, he's got his turn of phrase back and everything like this. And why wasn't that on Empire Burlesque, which is actually a very good album, it's a great album in fact. Very badly produced. There's trouble changing the band every session, you know, as well. And it certainly didn't appear on Knocked Out Loaded, or did it? Because where Bob Dylan didn't write those lines, he cribbed them, he stole them from a movie starring Gregory Peck called The Bravados, 1958. Almost verbatim. Four guys were in a prison cell. And the jailer says to him, you know, you're smiling now, he says, not laughing, didn't change smiling to laughing. And the jailer says, you're smiling now, you should be praying. And then 5 minutes after that, cuts to a scene of a church, and Gregory Peck's sitting there, and the preacher's saying, you know, tomorrow the sun will come up for you, but for four men, this is the midnight hour of their lives. And of course the whole movie centres around four people who may or may not have lain in the arms of Gregory Peck's wife in the most heinous way possible. You know what I'm talking about there. So there you are. So that's where Dylan got that verse from. And then that got me thinking, I hadn't played I Should Be Released. I used to do quite a lot. Always on electric. Don't think I ever played on acoustic. And then I thought, well, of course I'm in the midnight hour of my life. They say everything can be replaced. They tell you every distance is not near. But I swear I see every face of all those who have left me here. I see my light come shining. I don't need no conjurer or priest. Any day now, no matter how I pray now, any day now I shall be released. They say every man knows repentance just before he takes the final fall. No matter how long you live, it's a life sentence. Regrets every step of it all. I see my light come shining. I don't need no doctor, no priest. Any day now, no matter how hard I pray now, I shall be released. Find you wherever you're laying, even in the arms of another man's wife. You're laughing now, you should be praying. In the midnight hour of your life, I see my light a-dimming. No doctor can save me, no priest. My chances are getting slimmer, finding the day I won't be released. Gazing back down on my memories, everything slipped by so fast. In the end, it doesn't matter, friends or enemies, but the ones you love will slip from your grasp. I see my light a-shining, guiding me to where my soul will be at peace. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. I mean, it's one thing to use open tunings. It's one thing to have the tunings where they should be. But when the strings go out of tune while you're playing, I mean, that's just taking the mickey, really, isn't it? So that's the story of I Shall Be Released, that particular version of it. You want to hear where verse 1 comes from? Well, I'm not going to tell you. For those who haven't, I'll give you some of the other ones because obviously my book's been out of print, but some of the other stuff I revealed in my books were, I mean, everyone talks. Okay, the cameras just ran out of, I was going to say run out of film, run out of tape, run out of pixels. I can't get used to saying that, you know. Blonde on Blonde, the album title came from the recording session of Sad-Eyed Lady on the Lowlands. And on Buttrey, Dylan hadn't rehearsed the band beforehand. And they played the song and it just kept going on and on and on. You're ahead of me now, aren't you? So at the end, you know, and Buttrey said something like, you know, we were like, I mean, the musicians didn't know I got this from the son of a very, very famous musician. I got it direct from Bob in 1970, in 66. And at the end, Buttrey said to Dylan, that song just went on and on and on. And Dylan took on, blonde, on, blonde. On is in the middle. And George Harrison, without giving too many games away, who was told this story from Bob, then took the chords to Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands and did the same thing. And on the White Album, there's a song called Long, Long, Long. What else did I reveal? That Like a Rolling Stone was written almost 99.9% certainly about Marianne Faithfull. Started in May 1965 in the Park Lane Hotel in Mayfair, was it? Savoy, after Miss Faithfull declined Bob's amorous advances, saying, I'm with a Rolling Stone. So it started out as You Like a Rolling Stone, and it didn't show Like a Rolling Stone. And you know, if you go through some of the pertinent words in you know, diplomat, can't find the school, all right, etc., etc. What else was in the 80s book? I think I've revealed recently Man of Peace on Dylan's Majestic Infidels album in 1983. Sometimes Satan Comes as a Man of Peace. Dylan took that from, what about camera 2? From probably the best episode of Columbo, Now You See Him, starring the late, great, amazing Jack Cassidy. What Dylan, and in that Jack Cassidy plays the great Santini, the bad guy. I think there's any spoiler in Columbo since you see the murder at the start of all the episodes. And Dylan took Santini, which was Satan, lopped off a couple of eyes, Satan. And again, a lot of the words in there are directly from the episode itself. Chief of Police, Hands Full of Grease, their lines are directly in the episode. And the rest is things that you, situations in that episode. He could be standing next to you, person that you notice least, when they do the reveal from the water trick, of course, and Santini is then standing next to the person you think is Santini, and he takes the hood off. Both eyes looking like they're on a rabbit hunt, and when Columbo goes down to the backstage area and he's hunting around, there's a great big rabbit there. What else is there? Oh yeah, could be the Führer, could be the Chief of Police, and of course at the start Jesse is doing the Sieg Heil because it's Santini being one of Hitler's henchmen. I'm going to tune this guitar and play one of my own songs now. Anyway, so there you are. So if that information about I Shall Be Released is of any use to you whatsoever, you can thank a good friend of mine, Alan. He bought you that information.